Guys, we're going to be spanking the monkey for the third time. This is the last in the variety pack from Victory, Golden Monkey. Now, this was the one that I, with added spice, this was the one that I predicted I'd hate. But it is 9.5%. So, there's... I gotta admit though, the first 10 on the E scale that I ever gave out was a Belgian style, but it's just, they're just not my bag of tricks, and unfortunately most of the time, Johnny Concho, asshole, they end up with, I mean, did I come out loud? Hey, safe driving by the way. They end up putting that Evel spice in there. I'm not smelling it. That's what, yeah, cheers. Okay, well, if it has coriander in it, it's not like someone went crazy with the grinder. Oh, come on, is that Jolson? Nobody's gotten notified that I'm even doing this yet, so. Oh. No. It's I know some of you are way against stuff, but we've had a family, 3 squirrels that were born right next door, not at Mike's house, but the next one over, and you know, if I can keep them from making a mess of my garden by giving them enough food that they'll leave my shit alone, I've been giving them some peanuts, which reminded me I needed to do another batch with the another batch with the Boondockers in it. So Christine is noticing them enjoying my nuts. Okay, so right off the bat, again, it kind of has a little bit of a sweetness, like a beer-like sweetness. I don't know, it's weird. Weird. God, that is weird. As that's rolling off, you're getting the serious Belgian influence. And again, it's kind of like yesterday's Twisted Monkey, without that extra sweetness and the subtle citrus to it. Again, there's 4 of them. I guess right at this moment in time, I'm not disappointed that there's 4 of them. 9.5%. It's not boozy. Okay, let's well, first things on my have to declare list is I told you guys that I could do 2 different things with this scope if I was to upgrade the Dragunov here. I can wrap it up, bubble wrap it, and protect it, and if I ever want to make it 100% stock, I'd have it. My other thing is I could take it off of the Dragunov, and instead of basically retiring it for future consideration, I could put it on the Blonde. Well, that turned out not to be the case. The rail system on the Blonde, and I'm also assuming, just to take a look at it fast, the rails on the Redhead here must be some kind of a newer style, because it does not. Oops. Yeah, this is a little bit different style. I believe it would be a no-go a no-go on this guy too, and I know it's definitely a no-go over on there. Just like this mount is not compatible with that mount or that mount. As part of full disclosure goes, I may have actually used this picture before. Now, when I say used, I don't know if it was for a brew review, but I'm pretty sure it's been used. So, yeah. See, I have certain weapons in the arsenal that just represent an added blood pressure point for a few of my good friends. The 24-inch 5.56 was ammo head, but seeing how he doesn't do anything with YouTube anymore, he doesn't get teased. This, on the other hand, JR10 Desert Gold has a soft or a hard spot for this particular guy. So do I. Like when the original owner, not Travis, the person before him, who will remain nameless, contacted me and said, you really should sell me that back. No, you really shouldn't have ever sold it to Travis. And then Travis should have never sold it to me, because this is where it stops. And now is a family heirloom. Such a beautiful rifle. Such a I got Russian shit all over the place. I'm not gonna put this someplace where it's gonna fall over. I know. How about I put it in the rifle rack? How about I not? How about I put it over here? Huh? Would that be okay? Is that okay with you guys? Okay. So, unfortunately, I have that to declare. First, well, for honorable mention only because it was two good friends that missed out on the 200 Ale Club. Smile Money missed out, and David Brown says, I just touched myself. First in for Twisted Monkey was J-Dog. Then Bearded CB saying first being second, Multi-Gunman scolding him and informing him that he was wrong. Fu Master 2, who actually got on the podium with third, just says wow. Multi-Gunman. What? Rich says wow. Multi-Gunman says why thank you. Yours is rather impressive as well. God, you guys are sick bastards. Johnny Concho, save some beer for me. Cheers. Johnny is behind the wheel and heading north. Yeah, Johnny, I'm saving a whole bunch for you. Here you go. It's all ready for you. J-Dog, don't drink the water in Superior. Yeah, no shit. Stalker Steve is fifth. Stalker Steve, yeah, like always, and I appreciate it. Steve never stopped sending invites. I was all planning on. I was down here doing some gun stuff last night, and well, when I say gun stuff, I actually mean I broke out something I've had for years now. It's actually been in the mail a few times. A few of you have asked to borrow it to see if it was worth purchasing or not, and I still don't know if anybody did or not. What am I talking about? The Mantis X training system. They sent me this years ago, and staying true to what they said, they have over the years continuously have had updates for this app. And the app has done so much more now than it ever used to. It's actually really cool. If I would have been, thinking about it, I could have I could have set something up, and you saw it in the past before. It looks like a laser that you just attach to your rail, and something that has changed that originally wasn't the case is the app. The app actually asks you, are you going to put it on a rifle or a pistol? Rifle was not originally one of the things that I don't know, I guess that it was capable of. But somehow they engineered the hardware to be far in advance of the software, or at least they gave themselves the option continuously to keep it open. So you just simply press the little button and it fires itself up. You go over here to your app. It says to connect. Then if you do something like benchmarking, you got to set it down so that it can sync and properly calibrate itself to the pistol. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to do that one. That's the, oh no, that was right. In this particular case, it just has you shoot it 10 times. Now I don't. So if my shooting isn't really good, it's because I'm holding the phone and shooting at the same time. But just for the fun of it, let me just put my finger on the trigger completely wrong and give it a push. Oh, see, well, let's see. That's what happens when I'm not looking and and not anticipating it. Wow, that one was so bad it didn't even want to log it. Come on. So that gives you your average score. It highlights your worst one. That's just one of several things that that Mantis has in there. They have timed benchmark, does the whole shooter ready, and then you're supposed to just unload. There's ones where you're supposed to reload in between. This is compatible with live fire. It'll do live fire, dry fire, and the sensitivity evidently must turn up enough that you can attach this Tardisius to an air pistol. You can use it on your rifle, on an AR. All you do is simply tell it where you mounted the sensor and in which direction it's aiming. The little angle is for forward, but you could put it on here backwards, and you just simply tell the software that it's on and backwards. And it's just kind of, especially if like last night, I was listening to Stalker Steve's, or watching Stalker Steve's. Yeah, don't let Mike sing. Watching Stalker Steve's podcast, Google Live Chat, and I just was sitting down here, and I tried this on everything I have with a rail on it except for rifles. I still honestly have to give it a try on a rifle. I've to this point in time I've never done that, and surprisingly. I only have one 1911 that has a rail, but the two pistols that I was able to score the most efficient shooting points on, I don't know why, but Christine's HK and my 1911 David Brown, the green 10 millimeter. Those were these two were just about side by side, and I can't even honestly say the trigger in this thing isn't anywhere near what a 1911 is. It does have a nice crisp break. The ergonomics, the gun in your hand obviously is influenced by the whole thing. But yeah, and then it's surprising because I've had this out the last few days and have been kind of like, okay, I'm going to give it a shot again. I haven't used it in the last 2 software updates. So I figured I'd pull it out and give her a try. And this morning I get an email, and Mantis has actually now introduced, I think they have four versions in there. They have the X, the X, is it the X, the X3, X7, and X10. The original, and then the one is specifically designed like for shotguns, and then the other ones are just more. I think like the X10 is simply the most sensitive one, and the most expensive one, the X10, runs $249, and then the app, it's just free upgrades I mean, you don't buy the app, you just download the app and you do the upgrades when they come out. And like I said, they've had a lot of upgrades in the time that I've owned the thing. So I just thought that was a fun way to practice. And like I said, I'm almost positive originally when it first was released, it didn't. I could be wrong, but I don't remember it being, or maybe I did. Maybe I did have it out one time out at the range. It must have been able to do the live fire, but I think what they added was the CO2, a BB gun to it. So I don't know if it's something that you want to try. Like I said, in the time I've been goofing off with it, and trust me, I haven't shown you a tenth of what the software has in there. Like there's a graph. Basically, it shows like a target with a graph, and as you are aiming at the target, it is actually keeping track of if you moved around or not, how steady you are aiming at a particular target. The seconds, I mean, it's like a John Huber device waiting for him to fall in love with. It actually is able to track the time that you actually start pulling the trigger. You know, I don't know, like all the way up to the wall to the time that you actually pull it, and it's obviously able to keep track of, you know, if you're pulling or pushing, you're breaking your wrist, you're pushing up. It's you know, for the money, it's kind of a cool thing, and for me, it's standing the test of time. Joey, thinking of you as I shift the gear in the Grand Am. Smile Money says, or were you grinding the gears in your Cavalier? Actually, I think the Cavalier was an upgrade over the Grand Am. I know a friend of mine had a Cavalier GT or whatever the hell it was, and it was definitely fancier than any Grand Prix or Grand Ams that were out at the time. Matt Davis, the Crazy Scotsman, is having a fundraiser for Mr. Holster. Check out his channel and take care, everyone. Yeah, I don't know why. This may sound strange, but I kept forgetting to check out the video because I have not been notified yet from YouTube that the Crazy Scotsman has a video up. So, yeah, thank you, Matt. I definitely have to check that out. And me too. I need to get the final tallies in order with John on how we're going to do this. I think in order to not get fucked by PayPal again, because you know what, we got like 3 more months to go before they'll release the money so that we can send it to Mr. Holster. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months of tack packs sitting over there. Plus, I've been collecting stuff from some of the tack packs that I don't want. I don't want the wrench. I don't want some of the paracord. I don't want the hat. Unfortunately, I can't have the 9-line shirt because the reviewers weren't as important as the paying customers. I think they should all be on the same wavelength there. But then I need to open those all up, and I think we're probably just going to have to use GoFundMe. Yeah, they're going to take their percentage, but GoFundMe doesn't give a shit what you're doing or why you're doing it. So, well, unless of course you're raising money to support the Clintons and their pedophile activities, then maybe they probably would. They probably should care. So I need to get that up and running as soon honestly, as soon as possible. I'm not planning on going month to month and to month. I'm just simply gonna dump the boxes out. I'm gonna try to put things kind of category wise, like all the AR stuff right there, and we're gonna do it. I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. Run it for probably 3 weeks, and $1 an entry. So for $1, somebody, I mean, you don't have to make multiple ones. I mean, obviously, with the money going to Mr. Holster, I appreciate all the money that we can raise, but somebody could possibly make $1 donation, and be done, and end up with 8 plus months. Actually, I have as many items sitting in that pile as that were in this month's box. So you could recently say I have like 9 months worth of tack packs. There would have been 10 months up to this point in time if tack pack evidently isn't folding or going under. I mean, it's kind of, when companies go through what they go through. I gotta be honest. I get a little nervous when you're cutting your shit so thin that you don't even have enough to provide for. I mean, I've been reviewing for them for years now. I mean, why all of a sudden is a surprise? If you know that you had 1,000 boxes going out this month, and there was a shirt in there, wouldn't you know exactly how many shirts you need? How could you run out? I mean, you ask everybody that signs up for the box what size they wear: medium glove, 2XL shirt. So let's just send Erica 1, 2, 3 sizes. Well, I don't know, how does that work? It's 3 sizes off from where it's supposed to be. Yeah, I know. I'll step off that bitch. Thank you. Clyde, 9th, top 10, whiskey. Okay, I'll keep that under consideration, Clyde. I know. Let's just let's do the ongoing collective shot. And nothing against anybody that has sent me some cool shot glasses over the years, but I have to honestly say the spent certified. See, maybe that's just it. Gunwild sent me a certified, authenticated shot glass. Don't be jealous. Gunwild is just cool like that. Okay, so it's up to 1 shot as of right now. Steven, so when do you get to the spanked monkey? Probably tastes like salty mushroom soup. Clyde, 10th. Be like Ed. Smart Money, top 10. Clyde again. Need to mix something with Mountain Dew or 7-Up. Mix it in a cack. Finger over the pee hole. Shake and let spray in your mouth. Ed would want you to do it. Justin 2. Looking at you playing the sympathy card. That's awesome. That's Crazy Scotsman. The real Cobra Burnout. Yeah, that's probably an insult. Sorry, Cobra. Pretty sure you're supposed to deep throat the penis shot glass. See, that may or may not. Well, I can tell you right now, there's not enough alcohol in my system for that to happen. Not saying that it wouldn't. Jerry, Blue Thunder, top 20, fucking A. Smile Money. Oh no, we must just wonder whether the gun can go the distance until the next opportunity. Oh, Crazy Scotsman. Early one, damn it, fucker. Well, yeah. It could have been a lot earlier because it rendered and I didn't even start uploading it. Oh no, I did start uploading it. I didn't let it go live until after Christine's show was over. Scotsman, you crazy bastard. Scotsman, whiskey. Hashtag be like Ed. Now we're up to a full warthog shot. Or, oof. Two plus shots, and that gives us a dead soldier. Little buddy, you were really good. When it comes to whiskey, I'm not saying that me and Christine don't align most of the time, but we definitely 100% agreed that this was some incredible stuff. And again, 100 proof. Oh, God. Good thing I got my errands done. Gillian, here, Eric. Gillian, my friend. Yeah, so I just as an update, I put the sling off of Ed's SKS on here. I think the blonde looks good with this. I have to admit, I really like these slings. I actually of all the material that I could use for a sling, I actually put a black one just like this on the JP. I don't know, why not? I mean, if you don't have someone like Tim, Big Dog Leather, to custom make you some fucking awesome shit, these are pretty nice. So are the vintage ones. Actually, the one that's on Stalker Steve's rifle and Nyhap's rifle both work awesome, and I think they're some of the nicest slings out there. Can't even argue about the price. It's the one that Stalker Steve has and the one that's on Nyhap's retro. They're actually M1 Garand straps. What I think is kind of cool is they have that. It just basically grabs this back loop and kind of snaps onto it. But yeah, this is like I said, I was kind of hoping that the scope off of the Dragunov, if I was to upgrade it, even though right now I think by far, honestly, I'm not just saying this because it's how I want the voting to go. Everybody that has answered the question for me has gone with the upgrade. Against the upgrade, right now I believe is Jolson, because it's made in China, which so was the Colt retro scopes for the M16. And Mr. Holster said something about leaving it well enough alone. Well, I want to shoot it. I really do want to shoot it. Same with this. This is just on here because it looks like a scope. It is totally useless. And again, nothing against. This was actually sent to Christine because it has the biohazard reticle in it. But other than that, I believe it's. My guess is it's a 4-power. So this right here is basically identical to the power of the one on the Dragunov. Yeah, I'll give you the one on the Dragunov definitely has some coolness to its look, but yeah, you put a decent scope on here, and if say you were voting from the rooftops, you could vote for a good 75 votes. Not to mention, if the mic picked that up. I suppose I better get on some of this. I'm telling you right now, this is 2+ shots of 100 proof beacon. If you're coming at me with another do a shot, I'm sorry, I'm already preoccupied. Oof. I should have just gone for the whole thing, because right now it's down to about right there. God. Not only is it so frickin' smooth, it has this nice malty, almost vanilla, and you're getting the nice strong flavors of the barrels that it was aged in. Nyhap knows his whiskey. Smile Money, TacPack knows your storage space for shirts is overflowing, so they're helping you by sending smaller ones. Yeah, well, you know, possible. Gillian, cheers. If you guys aren't any sub to him, he has a little slideshow of rebuilding a Marlin 22 rifle. I redid the stock, and you should check it out. He's family. Multi-Gunman, I'm here. Matt Davis wants to know if he brought beer. And Multi-Gunman says, you bet your ass I did. Smile Money, fighting over whiskey again. This may not end well. No shit. Smile, were you hanging out the night on Blog Radio when she It's amazing what she'll do during my Spreaker show, but when it's her own, no, it's all. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to actually. Yeah, actually, I did mean to. Who needs a laser when you could just like move her around? I bet you could etch shit right into the side of stainless steel with those. Of course, it'd be in duplicate. Smile Money. I think TacPack should be careful. You probably do a stronger job at bashing them than promoting them. Well, I don't necessarily know if Smile Money that bashing is necessarily the word, but I've been truthful all along. If you're gonna send out a bunch of stuff that I question, then again, don't see. This is why I've been dumped by 2 different flashlight companies, because you know, if it's going to break down or not work right, or the only thing you want to start off by sending reviewers like women's purse flashlights. Yeah, some of them have their place, I'll admit. Through Nights, little T1, just this. I think there is one. There's one in the woman's build. That is a bright goddamn little light for one AAA battery, and I know at least 3 people that have that, and they've been using it as long since I gave them one. Samantha, I don't know if hers still works or not, because how rough something like that is on a continuous daily basis as a mechanic, but she's just like, Dad, the thing is just like, it's a beast for something that big. I don't know if that's the same kind of shit Joey hears about, or not. Probably not. I mean, how many women are like, oh yeah, fuck, that was the greatest 2 inches of. Yeah, I'll be seeing you now. I gotta go home and rearrange my my panty drawer. Speaking of panties, I don't think she has any on, and she's just like a whole shutter shot away from a wardrobe malfunction. I'd be happy to be there. Smile Money. Matt, on your next review, appreciate the warning. Matt still doesn't admit to having a YouTube channel. He may be a Russian spy attempting to influence the gun and brew community. Yeah, thanks, Matt. EMT Railfan on Sour Monkey. 1. The intro babe wins over the brew babe. 2. The first time that I had this shit, it turned my tongue inside out. I keep buying it though. It grew on me. 3. I never had any personal interaction with Ed, unlike a lot of you outside exchanging comments, but I would be honored to write about Ed. P.S. I know I'm way late. No need to read on camera. Whoops, too late. Ah, EMT Rail fan, what a smartass. No, I'm sorry. If I don't do this shit like I apologize to anybody going, you know, not only was he on his phone, but then he like started fucking taking fucking notes. I need a list of everybody that I need to send the journal to. Now here, this is one thing. I want to put this out there, and I'm going to do this in an ebomey video too. First of all, EMT Railfan is the catalyst behind a great idea. This was his, and thank you. It was freaking awesome. If you are planning on being here in September when Jules is here, please don't ask me to mail you the journal. The journal will be back here by then, and everybody that can fill it out before we give it to Jules will be here. So that would really save a bunch of time. I'm up against the clock, and like I said, the thing has to go out. Has to go out tomorrow. And I never did have a conversation with Jim, or I got to find out with Jim. Jim doesn't think he's going to be able to make it when Jules is here, and if that's the case, then I want Jim to be the first person to get the journal. So, like I said, if you're going to be here when Jules is here, let's save a step and not send you the journal. But EMT Railfan, no, if you have a memory or a thought, I'm not telling you guys that you had to meet Ed. You had to have an interaction somehow. Ed touched people without ever actually meeting or talking to people. I have had people tell me all the time, you know, I almost feel like I shouldn't even be part of this because, no, first of all, right there, if Ed touched you, if Ed was here right now, he'd be like, if Ed touched you in a special spot, we're well beyond being able to do anything about it. So, but if he touched you to your heart, to your soul, to something special, by all means. You know, the other thing that we can do is if we're going to have a whole bunch of people and we're going to run out of time, you can email me. You can email me. My God, maybe that would be faster. If you guys just emailed me, wrote it out, and then I printed these out, and either, of course, Christine would kill me if I did this, but I could print these all out, and then we could just paste them and put them right into the journal. That actually might be a much better idea. I can get a lot larger volume of people telling me of their thoughts of interacting with Ed than actually having to send the damn journal out to everybody. We're up against the clock on time. I just solved my own problem. EMT Railfan, this is what we're gonna do. Everybody that wants in the journal. I mean, again, it doesn't have to be. I mean, I could probably figure out a way to find some paper identical. I think it's regular sized. You know, not legal, but whatever the other one is, letter sized. I can just print it all off. You know, obviously it's not as original. I mean, you can also, you know, if someone wrote it all out, you can send me a PDF file or a JPEG or a photo of it. I'll just print it off and put it right in the journal. But let's do that. Let us do that all through correspondence. It would be a lot faster than having to mail it, because that means if I send the journal out right now, it's not even going to get to Jim until probably the end of the week. If Jim's really busy, which a lot of you are going to be, it's going to be like weeks turnaround in between every time it gets sent out, which means we'd be lucky if we could hit 10 people between now and when Jules will be here. I want everybody that has a memory of Ed. And this opens it up to so many more people. So between how fucking awesome I am and EMT Rail Fan, we have this. So why don't we do everything over to the ebomey channel? Because when I do the video on the ebomey channel, those people aren't quite as cool as you guys. So I'll put the link down below, and please use that. And then just the subject line, Ed. Just put Ed in the subject line, and then your memories of Ed. If you send me a picture, if you want your actual handwritten out stuff, I will print that and put that in the journal. If you just want to send me an email, I will, copy and paste and print, or put it whatever you guys need, whatever you guys need to do. God, sometimes I surprise myself. I might have to go touch myself. I'll have to call David and see if he wants to participate. Multi-Gunman, listen to your healthcare talk. I agree with you. Oh, I listened to your healthcare talk. I agree with you. It's all about money and greed. Multi-Gunman, yes. 357 Magnum and whiskey for the win, though. Denwile, damn, not first, bitches. Well, there's a shock. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Captain Sarcasm shows up. Speaking of Captain Sarcasm, Joey, fuck, it's hot as balls out this weekend. Well, what did somebody, did Jerry call you and let you know what balls were like? Mr. Holster, 2 minutes and 2 seconds. What the fuck? God damn it. There was a fucking hanging Chad. There's no way it was 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Fake news. Listen, you're being rude. You're fake news. You're fake news. Stop being rude. You're fake news.
Midway Shooter. A big congratulations to Midway Shooter. He is one of these crazy motherfuckers that when everybody else is running out of the burning building, he's running into it. And he is now officially retired. Midway Shooter has been a friend a long time, and he constantly, well, that kind of sounds self-serving. Now, a few times in the last 4 or 5 years, he has told me how much he appreciates these videos and adding a moment of entertainment to definitely a high-stress job, waiting around, not knowing what the next time that the alarm goes off and you got to jump in the truck if you or some of your buddies are not going to come back. I don't mean to underscore or take away how you feel, Midway Shooter. I never know if I should use the real name, because sometimes people just want to stay anonymous, But Midway Shooter, I understand the sentiment, but for Christ's sakes, I'm a fucking idiot standing in my basement. The only thing I'm missing is the beanbag chair and the Cheeto stains on my douchebag shirt. He'll appreciate that even more. Compared to what you do, my friend, I don't deserve it. I'm glad. I'm honored that you feel the way that you feel, and that I was able to take at least some, probably stress level 10. You watch one of these and he was like, for a couple of seconds you were at like 8.5, and then the alarm went off, he got in the truck and off he went. I'm glad that you made it to retirement and you're safe. And he raised the service to an ungrateful population continues. Both of his sons are in law enforcement. So not only do I raise a toast to Midway Shooter, but I ask you to always keep his family in your prayers and your heart, because again, I'm sorry, but the thin blue line. You watch so many people, and what a difficult job. What a difficult job. And it seems like because of the stereo bullshit, PC bullshit, millennial fucking lazy cocksuckers, just being able to do your job, your sons, at a bare minimum, have to have at least one hand tied behind their back and only have one free at the best of times. To think that you could be like, thanks to the social media and whatever, could somehow be listed as a bad guy, and it's all misconstrued. I mean, you think about some of the shit you hear in the media. Oh, a man, they broke into a man's house. A neighbor was feeling threatened because his neighbor had a tattoo of the Second Amendment on his arm, and they broke into his house and they found hundreds of what the hell is this? Is this like an intercom? Who is it? Hello? I just got ass dialed by Christine. Either that or thank you, AT&T. I honestly think it's about time to go searching for a new provider. My phone almost never rings. Yesterday, I have to apologize because I still have to call them back. I've been busy all day today, but I missed a call from John Huber, and I missed a call from Jerry. And at about the time that it said that they had called me, I would have been down here, and the phone didn't ring. Most of the time, it's like, for instance, I have the security software and shit on the safe, and I open up the door. If my phone was upstairs, the second that you touch that safe, I get notified that somebody has touched the safe. If I'm down here, I've like opened the door and I had a full mod on. Oh, sorry, Miss Sharky. I had a full mod on one of the rifles, and then I got notified that the safe was open. .5%. Midway shooter, I gotta be dead last, but I'm here. I made it to the end. Well, yeah, I know. There's a few of you that always make it. I'm not knocking anybody else because an hour. If I do a brew review every day, that is insanely impossible, I feel, to stay caught up. If I do one every other day, they were talking about this. This is what Christine and John were talking about. Websites that you can't do without. And for me, do a lot of shopping at Midway USA, Brownells, and Amazon. There's a few other sites that kind of like gun stuff. Gun stuff is the pretty much the bottom line. And as far as entertainment value goes, there's a whole bunch of you guys that I try to follow. I just sometimes either, I don't know, I just feel like I'm just being overly sarcastic or whatever. Like Stephen Bush, he's got his brew reviews. I mainly watch Steven's brew reviews while I'm taking a dump in the morning. Central Time, somewhere between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. So I don't always comment, and I feel like if I just wrote cheers and then moved on, it's like as though I didn't actually watch it at all. So I watch a lot of stuff. I just I may not have the time to comment, but there's also a few of the bigger channels that I follow, and you might be surprised to hear me say this, but off the top of my head, there is no gun channel. Before I answer that, there is no gun channel that I religiously watch their videos there's no big gun channel that I watch their videos. I still get the email, and it usually goes, you know, Iraq veteran, delete, Yankee Marshal, delete. I haven't undone the notify me stuff just in case. I mean, I read the title, and if it seems like, okay, this might be something, you know, maybe some legal stuff is coming through the pipeline, I need to know about it, dealing with the government or the NRA or, you know, the Gun Owners of America, which is definitely the better NRA, you can go fuck yourself. You know, that kind of stuff. But personally, the stuff that I religiously follow is all car related. There's like 3 bigger channels. The biggest one for me is DEE, Daily Driven Exotics. I love that channel, and you know, I would love someday to be able to say that I drove one, let alone owned a Lamborghini. So until then, I have to live vicariously through people that actually have them. And then there's a couple of others, not quite as big as DE, Daily Driven Exotics, but they're still all over 100,000. Daily Driven Exotics is over 1 million subs, and deservingly so. But yeah, pretty much the shit that I mostly follow is car stuff, exotic car stuff. David Brown, what about your pet cock? Yeah, I was petting my big cock yesterday. The other one is just standing there looking tactical. I kind of given up on trying to figure out how to hide my cock. Everybody always finds it because it's, you know, well, actually it's Jolson's cock, and we don't really want to talk about how big it is. Jerry, when it comes to trolls, for me, I don't engage. Just block and block fast. That drives them nuts. No, usually... Actually, I usually prefer to throw in some kind of a parting comment about how stupid the fucking idiots are, and then I block. On the other hand, sometimes when I'm referring to what I'm referring to, I'm referring to a bunch of you constantly either talk to me, email me, or make comments about how great somebody is, yet that particular person, as far as I know, has never supported a single veteran thing that we have done. Has never supported a single cancer surviving thing that we have done. And all I constantly get is fucking second grade juvenile douchebaggery. And I'm simply done. I'm simply done with that. I mean, this particular person, if you want to be friends, we can be friends for life. If you want to be a fucking cunt, then you can take your little cunt and rub it by yourself, because I don't even want anything to do with it anymore. Blue Thunder. It's unreal with the healthcare we pay through the fucking nose, but free shit for illegal aliens. As an immigrant coming here the right way makes me sick. Yeah, no shit. No shit, Jerry. You get these fucking douchebags like AOC and, well, all of them. If you're a Democrat, that's all of you. I don't know a single one, honestly. Happy to have somebody point it out to me. What Democrat is against illegal immigration? Illegal immigration. Because you fucking frauds want to you want to stack the deck all you can. You don't care if you play fair. All you want to do is win, regardless of how you got there. How do these people not look at what the founding fathers and our men and women in the military fought and died for, and the fact that they are 100% on the opposite side of the coin is all of that? How do they even sleep? I mean, I wish somebody would help them sleep the way that they helped Well, you know, if you're at a resort and you're found with a pillow over your face, but they say that it was a heart attack, you know, okay, fine. You know, I hope some of these libtard Democrats have heart attacks. The same way. Have a heart attack. If our founding fathers would want you drug out to the tree and executed on sight, then I'm all for that. Brett Thomas, cheers to titties and beer. Salty Shell back with the read more button. I agree the healthcare system sucks, but it's all stems back to government meddling and not necessarily the fault of the actual medical workers. I was in Germany and though I am not advocating for their system, they do have a very good system for everyday treatments. My son got sick and we actually got a house call by a doctor. That is unusual. And it was about $100 without any insurance. I think for a major medical thing like heart disease or cancer, the U.S. is still the best overall, although they will always be pockets of shitty health, shitty care everywhere. No, I don't disagree with you. I think potentially the United States will always be the best at everything. You want us to make you better? We can do it. You want us to build you a road or a bridge or a water filtration system or a dam? We're the best at it. Well, we want you want us to come over there and fucking turn your shithole into a big goddamn glass ashtray? We will fuck your shit up better than anybody else. The problem is there's so much of this shit that I think is total fucking bullshit. The healthcare system. Does our government, maybe it's the dark state, the deep behind the scenes motherfuckers, do they really want to cure cancer? Pretty much one of the number one ways that you're gonna die is cancer. What a better way to control population than something like that. So in one breath they're like, we got to cure cancer. On the other hand, we can't afford to feed all these people. So if they're not dying off, that's great. But you know, I personally don't want to be dead. I don't want any of. Well, I want one of you. I don't want two of you. I don't want all but two of you to. Even one of you. Even though you're a cunt, I don't want you to be dead. I just want you to shut the fuck up. It's you know, I don't think they would even allow the cure to cancer to happen. That's just, you know, whatever. You can say what you want. That's my opinion. I think they'll do whatever to not. You know, it's like the fucking NRA. They don't want it to all work out for the rest of us and for us to see what we need to see. The only person that can there's only two people that agree with gun control. The uninformed stupid retards or the people trying to control you. It's one of the two. Because if you actually use logic, it just doesn't work anymore. I gotta get out of this place. It's the holy fuck, Jolson. Oh, and there's something in spam. Isn't that great? Okay. Let's do the rocket last 5 fucking minutes. Bearded CB. Okay, back last night. The rough one getting kiddos down. So hard to continue this morning. As for the cock shot comments, We viewers are determinant. We just enjoy a good laugh at your expense. Yeah, well, okay. Yeah. NIHAP, haven't heard from you lately. What? You don't want to admit you carried a high point? Excuse me, Mr. Sharkey. No, I don't want to admit that. Beard CB, despite range being closed, at least sounds like a shitload of families making sure their kids know how to shoot. The place was fucking packed. Next generation. If you can influence that direction, the next generation is critical. Now, I don't know if the Crazy Scotsman still is doing it. He used to be responsible for training and bringing enlightenment to the gun community, to the next generation. Smile Money, I know, is also involved in the next generation. Any of you guys, just cheers, and anything that I could ever do to mention it, to get more people involved, always. I don't, again, I constantly say, if I can use either one of my fucking stupid ass, pathetic piece of shit YouTube channels to help somebody else or any organization, I will always do it. So let me know. Yeah, the next generation is critical, because if most of these millennial cocksuckers are too busy worried about a paper cut and where their next free shit's coming from. So, and a lot of it is people like us. We need to take the power away from the libtard teachers and the media, and just make sure that our kids really know where the truth lies. I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else, but both of my kids know better than the lies spread by libtards. Beard CB, Scotsman is a deal hunter for sure. Good resource for parts and deals. Absolutely. Beard CB, Christine has squirrel moment. No way. Laughed my ass off. Yes, I know what happens. Beard CB, sounds like I stopped Tac Pack just in time. No comment. Beard CB, hell, my kids fear me getting pissed off. They know what happens if I get mad, and they are purposefully being little assholes. Beard CB, you left a little bit of your cock juice down towards the base of the balls in the cock shot glass. Well, some people are better at getting to the last drop. I'm not quite as tenacious as Joey. Wade, my big brother. Modern healthcare let my mom die before her time and outright killed my baby brother at 49 years old. Now, anybody that wants to just take that with a grain of salt, just let it be known that Wade was, until he retired, part of the medical industry. So if anybody knows it inside and out, it would be that man. Okay, we need to go, seriously. Jolson, you're trying to touch tips with my cack. Jolson, this video is lacking in cowbell. Something must be wrong with the sound. Jolson, this looks like it's going to be 100 comments long. No, it's not. Jolson, you should do a full cock chug. No. Jolson, I'm glad Ms. B will get good use of the other set. Yes. Jolson, you should do a layered drink out of the dick. Jolson, hey Google, what's a layered drink?
According to Wikipedia, a layered drink, sometimes called a pousse café, is a kind of cocktail in which the slightly different densities of various liqueurs are used to create an array of colored layers, typically 2 to 7.
What's the most popular?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Why are you such a slut?
My apologies. I don't understand.
Hey, can you say I don't understand again?
Oh, sorry about that.
Jolson, the intro, Babe Booty is a keeper. I thought you would think that. Jolson, comment number 69. Jolson, the top of the Neos looks like my Smith & Wesson 22A2. Yeah, they definitely do have a similar look. I actually like that. That Smith & Wesson, I think, is actually badass. I have actually more range time on your 22 than I have on my own, but I need to change that because you can shoot for an awfully long time for a lot less money. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Wait, totally off topic, but for supper, you need to try Instapot roast beef sandwiches with mushroom au jus dip. As long as there's no mushrooms, she'll be into it. Jolson, 9line is cheap imported crap. Everything of theirs I have touched is crap quality. Jolson, I don't want to get into a pissing contest with you, but if they are and what they sell themselves to be when they were on Fox News in the morning, they're a veteran-owned and operated company. Well, then why the fuck aren't you buying and selling American-made products? I shouldn't have been able to go to this shirt. The wrong fucking size shirt. Fucking Bob at fucking Tac Pack. Oh, I'm sorry, I blew up right there. Is it this one or is it the first one? I can't tell because it's all curled up because it's not made in America. Yeah, I'm probably never going to get the camera to focus on that. Let's just block it all out for a second. Made in Honduras. And then it just might as well say, and not your size, Eric. It's not your fucking size. But I'm not bitter at all. You know, that's fine. You know, make sure that everybody else is taken care of. But you know, if you're part of a business, you should take care of everybody. Jolson, liberals hate cowbells. Jolson, I had Tac Pack for over 2 years. I don't regret canceling because it's always on the edge of shit. I went over that edge a long time ago. Jolson, I have been using my indestructible belt for over 3 years. Excuse me, Miss Sharky. Jolson, if you're going to change scopes, might as well just upgrade. Yeah, but it has to look authentic. It has to look the part for the gun. Honestly, if it's not going to look the part for the era in the gun, I'll just keep using the one that's on it. That's all I have to say about that. Jolson, I was too busy and missed the 200 Ale Club out on a friend's farm for a whole pig roast and some drinks. Led to what was posted last night. I'm not sure how I feel when they just throw a whole pig on there. I mean, you know, does the guts blow up and then get into the meat that you're eating? I mean, these are all questions that I have. Salty Shellback, wow, under an hour. How times have changed? Inflation, I guess. Salty Shellback, I've never tasted Rusty Pipe, so I'll take your word for it. I have. Try standing under a fucking sprinkler pipe when someone says everything's off and it turns out it's not. And Salty Shellback, 9/11 ambulance girl sent me some. I am not an IPA fan, but the stuff is definitely drinkable. That was on the Big Sky IPA. Wow, actually, all of all three of the ones from Salty Shellback were from like a different generation. Man Cave Matt, I would like to do a brew review. All the guys at work think my sunglasses in the last video were sexy. I didn't. Likely Spam. Checking Likely Spam before we move on. Oh, that was just Multi-Gunman saying, Mike said cheers, and Multi-Gunman said and beers. Okay, moving on to the Two-Hearted Ale Club, and I guess I'll give a score on this, and then we need to move on before I guess my neighbor wants to know if I'm going to come out and do beers. I don't know. I might, fucker. Okay, Golden Monkey from Victory. A Belgian style triple ale with added spice, 9.5%. Where do I put this on the scale? I'm not a fan. If you are a huge Belgian fan, Jay from Elite Ammunition, you'll probably love this. I don't love this. I do like it. 8.5. Standing in is Two-Hearted Ale because there's a lot left in this glass. First in is Bearded CB Two-Hearted Ale time. Bearded CB, and if you haven't already, whiskey. Woofda. And Bearded CB. Hey Google, what do you think of Trump?
Politics is complicated, but that means there's a lot to learn.
So what does that mean? Yes or no?
I'd like to help, but I'm not too sure.
Your sister was very helpful last night. Hey Google, do you know your sister likes anal?
My apologies. I don't understand.
Steven Hobson Lit, I love you, Eric. No homo. Steven, I love you too. And I'm glad we've had the opportunity to get together and spend some time. Maybe next time I will bring the strawberry. Woo! J-Dog, Heart Club, and Jolson, the Two-Hearted Ale Club needs more cowbell and shots. I'll give you cowbell. Oof. All of a sudden I feel so much more stress-free and... Jolson, this video needs a full dick shot. No, it doesn't. That cannot be the last comment. I'm hitting the Stalker Steve button. I'm hitting the Stalker Steve button. Last comment, Mr. Holster. Boozing early on a Sunday, I see. Boom! Jolson, fuck you. Okay, guys. Thank you, everybody. I am gonna go upstairs and edit this fast, and then I'm gonna watch some movie that probably took more time to find than actually enjoy off of Netflix. That sounds like a great porn channel. Then I may slip outside. It looks like this morning I was actually going to grab the Dragunov. The 24-inch build. Actually, as of this moment in time, the 3-gun and the Justin gun. Slip up to the shack and dial some shit in. But it's looked like it's going to rain at any minute all day today. And right now I think I'm actually hearing thunder. So... okay. Sorry, Miss Sharky. Again, thank you, everybody, and enjoy those Nipples.